Hello friends and welcome again to Tutorials Point. In this video, we are going to enhance your vocabulary. Yes, that's right. Well, in this video, we are going to discuss a few words which definitely you should start using in your daily language. So what will happen once you start doing that? Your language is definitely going to get upskilled. Don't we all want that? Aren't we in this endeavor? Yes, we are. We definitely are. In this entire move of enhancing your language, your English, your vocabulary, right? Let's go ahead and see a few words which definitely are going to enhance your vocabulary a lot. Okay, now how about this word accolade? Now what are accolades? Accolades, or you could call them awards as well. So a tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction or award, right? So what is an accolade? So award, very commonly used word, but now that you are aware that there is a far polished, far refined word which you can use, and of course something that is new and you can use that in your vocabulary, why not? Just go ahead with it. So next time you're going to use a word, don't use a word, just use accolade, right? Like she received many accolades for her work in this project, right? So this is how you're going to put it to use, and now you have a new word for it. Okay, how about this word avant-garde? Now what is avant-garde? Avant-garde means new and experimental ideas and methods in art, music or literature, right? So something that is new, something that is innovative, right? Or someone who is going really absolutely candid, or absolutely some new and fresh and innovative about something. That is when you're going to call that person avant-garde, right? So he is being called a promoter of the avant-garde, right? Or she's going avant-garde as far as this project is concerned, which means that she's going very innovative, she's creative, she's being very creative, right? So that is when you're going to use this word. If you find any person as such, this is the right word to be used. Okay, now this is a very different word, and I'm sure most of you might not have heard of it. So it's pronounced as bourgeois, right? So bourgeois, what does bourgeois mean? Bourgeois means someone who is very conservative, or someone who is a conformist, right? Or ordinary, or middle class, or someone who pertains to certain ideas which are just quintessential of any particular class, right? So that is what is meant by a conformist. What is a conformist? Conformist is someone who follows the typical rule book a lot and is way too conservative in his or her thought process, right? So she has a bourgeois mentality, which means she has a typical middle class mentality, right? So not going out of the way to create something new, rather than that just sticking to the regular, something that is cliched, right? So something that is a cliche, you could also call that as bourgeois, right? So you definitely should not have a bourgeois thought process to bring about a revolution, isn't it? Okay. Now, how about this word, camaraderie? What is camaraderie? So camaraderie actually means friendship or unity, right? A spirit of good friendship and loyalty amongst the members of a group, right? So don't we experience, or don't we need camaraderie for an entire department to work, or for an entire team to work, isn't it? So in other words, it is kind of a synonym for a team spirit, right? So he found camaraderie among the team, right? So this means that there's a lot of bonding, there's a lot of loyalty, there's a lot of team spirit is what it means actually. Right, so now how about this word, cloying? What is cloying? So cloying means something that is overtly sweet, right? So if you're trying to be overtly sweet in front of anyone, you are perhaps being cloying, and which might not be as appreciated, right? Jill is no longer impressed by cloying lines of devotion after having her heart broken countless times, right? So which means that cloying is something that that is overtly sweet, right? Way too filmy, way too dramatic. That is what is meant by cloying. Okay. Dilettante. Who is a dilettante? An amateur, often one who pretends to be very, very knowledgeable but actually knows very, very less, right? So we definitely come across such people who are way too desperate, who know very less but are way too desperate to show that they know a lot, and they pretend or they try to create an image that they are way too knowledgeable and they know way too lot, right? So such people who have such an amateurish approach, they are actually called as dilettantes. I am sure listening to this, most of you might have been reminded of someone of this sort whom you know, and now you will not forget this word because you're going to associate this word with that particular person, which is actually a good way to remember, because I also did the same. Well, I'm not going to name the person, but I'm sure you all have one in your mind. He's a bit of dilettante as far as wine is concerned, right? So showing that you know a lot, or you are a pro at something, but you actually know nothing. Okay. Ennui. This word is pronounced as ennui. Now, what is ennui? A feeling of being bored and mentally tired caused by having nothing interesting or exciting to do. So something, if there's it kind of is being stretched way too long. If something is stretched for way too long and it's completely that there's a monotony which is not which has been continuing for quite some time, that kind of feeling which you get, that is what is referred to as ennui, right? The whole country seems to be affected by the ennui of winter. Of course, when winter stretches for way too long, definitely we all get bored of it, don't we? Yes, if it happens for some particular time, we enjoy it, but not just winter. Anything that stretches for way too long, the monotony completely, kind of actually gives us a feeling of ennui, right? Okay, how about this word? Recondite. What is the meaning of recondite? Not known about by many people and difficult to understand, right? So something that is way too over and above your thought process and your understanding, and you are not able to gauge it, or you're not able to sync with that entire concept. That is what is meant by recondite, right? We had to work from material that was both complex and recondite, which was tough to understand. So it's kind of the entire syllabus is recondite, right? That could also be an example, which means it is very, very tough to understand. Okay, how about this word? Finagle. Yes, this is also a new word, and what it means is to use tricks and dishonest methods to get what you want, which means you are probably tricking something, you are probably pretending, or maybe you are playing a trick, or maybe it's a ploy, right? Or it's a gimmick kind of thing which you are doing to get your work done, right? He somehow finagled his way into the army as a lieutenant, right? So now you understand that what is the meaning of finagle, right? So you finagle your way in that entire process, which means you tricked yourself into that entire process, right? So friends, these were a few words which definitely are going to help you enhance your vocabulary, and I'm sure you're going to start using it as soon as you start speaking English from now onwards, isn't it? I'm sure of it. Well friends, we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.